is a special edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. This is Cyber Awareness Month, and to keep yourself at least mentally healthy regarding cybersecurity, we're going to spend some time with Hari Ravichandran. Is cybersecurity really something that we should all be looking at right now?
Absolutely, yes. It's a great opportune time. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We here at Aura, we did a recent study. We found that 6 in 10 people have been a victim of cybercrime. We also see that Americans lose more money to digital crime now than to home burglary. That's the first time this has happened in 2020. While we spend billions of dollars each year on home security systems, most people don't even take the most basic precautions to protect themselves online. So in honor of Cybersecurity Awareness Month this October, we want to educate consumers about the various risks that they face online, and also remind them that it's important to take a very proactive approach to keeping yourself and your family healthy and safe, especially with the upcoming holiday season and travel season when a lot of digital crime really does spike up quite a bit.
Is this also for consumers as well as, big business, like a bank? They're going to have a cybersecurity guard, if you will, okay? But what about a small business, somebody working out of their home, especially now because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I think a lot of times enterprises and larger enterprises have full-on IT departments. They have a lot of security protocols in place. But when you get to consumers, families, and small businesses, they just don't have the same kind of resources, right? But these scams hit people, whether you're a big company or you're a small company or you're just a consumer or family, because they're just looking for data that they can exploit to steal money. And so people should be aware of scams, phishing scams, employment scams, unemployment scams, online dating scams, ransomware, whether you're a small business, a consumer, a family. A lot of these things are getting more and more sophisticated now, and certainly a lot more frequent than ever before.
I have a friend who uses his computer for work. He's an artist, and he's in his 80s. And about a year ago, he got a phone call saying, Mr. Smith, your computer has some issues, and we'd like to fix them. And instead of calling somebody, he said, "Oh, what's the matter?" He said, "Oh, your computer's running slow." And, $400 later, he paid. And they didn't do anything to his computer, of course. Is this the kind of thing we should be watching out for?
Absolutely. You're describing something that hits on multiple buckets here. That's a phishing scam. They're going after the elderly population who tend to be a bit more trusting. They tend to be less technology savvy, and sometimes have more resources than different segments of the audience base. But yeah, you have to be super, super careful. You never want to give out your personal information to anyone unless you contact them first. You always want to exercise caution, especially with inbound emails or phone calls from numbers you don't know. You don't want to click on links that are coming from unknown senders, whether it's on text or on email. Another simple one is making sure you're using different passwords across lots of different accounts, because 70+% of the population ends up using the same password across multiple accounts. And if one of these accounts gets breached, now you've exposed other areas of your life to the criminals. So these are just some simple tips to stay on top of your security posture at home.
Wow, you just answered a real big question there, because a lot, as you just said, I'm writing myself a note. Mark, change your passwords. But how do you remember? You have a password for LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, your banking, your credit cards. Is there a way of consolidating those? Because I have to tell you, I forget my passwords because I think, oh, my banking password is this, and it's not. It's really for Facebook. They get confused. Is that a common thing?
It's very common, right? So that's part of the reason why people reuse the one sort of known password over and over again. So here at Aura, we're on a mission to make the internet safer for everyone. And what we've been doing is taking a very proactive approach with an all-in-one digital security solution that will prevent a lot of these issues. But as part of that solution, we have a password manager kind of baked into the solution set. So when you set up or create a password, you just drop it inside the password vault, and then basically every time you go to that service, whether it's eBay or PayPal or your bank, it'll remember what your password is and fill it, but it's storing it in a very encrypted fashion. So kind of making the solution super easy is going to be important to drive internet safety, because if you have to write stuff down on a piece of paper and you're traveling and you don't have the piece of paper and you can't log into services, consumers will simply just use the same password over and over again. So you got to make it easy for folks to be able to be safe, which is really the mission we're on.
I just read an article that cybersecurity people have long suggested just make your password Babel, AFGG14, like that. But most people are saying, my password is not with a name, but with, Georgetown, USA, 14, something like that, maybe with some characters. What is the best way to start a password, to have a password?
I definitely say sort of random letters combined with uppercase, lowercase letters combined with numbers and special characters in it is going to be the best bet here, because when people are trying to crack passwords, they're using as part of the input, they might kind of give it sort of a list of dictionary words. They may give it a list of other decipherable characters. If they're doing social engineering, they could look at your name and perhaps be able to look up some personal information about you, where if you're putting in your birthday or your spouse's name or your kids' names, etc., that can end up becoming easier to crack. So having it be as randomized as possible is a good idea for sure.
Hari, we only have a moment or so left. Tell us about Aura and how the average person can utilize this, and where to find it, and is it expensive? All of the above.
No, absolutely. So we try to keep our pricing very, very affordable for families. So we take an all-in-one solution, put them all together into one bundle, where if you buy them in pieces, it might cost you kind of $80 to $100. We try to get that down to $10 to $15 a month. Has a lot of features across all of the dimensions that folks care about from a security standpoint. And in honor of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, we're giving away a free 30-day trial of the product at aura.com/trial. That's AURA.com/trial, TRIAL. I hope everyone downloads and uses the service and stays safe this season and beyond.
Well, happy holidays to you and your family. Stay safe, and we really appreciate your keeping us all safe from cyber criminals. The name of the company is Aura, and AURA.com/trial. And our guest has been the CEO, Hari. Hari, thank you again for joining us. I'm Mark Alyn, and this is Late Night Health.
Thank you, Mark.